So I studied law at City University London for 3 years, and in my final year I specialised in corporate law, in particular banking and international economic. So it wasn't sales just generally, it was sales with the right company, with the right philosophy. So the part that I loved most about my degree was the research and the reading and finding out as much information as possible before formulating an argument. And similarly with CLS, that's what I do. I don't cold call, I sort of find out whether a project is underway, who the best person to speak to would be, and then go about contacting them in that way. So it's sales in a different way, which is what I was looking for. Durham Lane were brilliant. Phil in particular, he kept me informed right the way through the initial stages. He called when he said he was going to call, and there wasn't a time where I wasn't sure what was happening. I was always aware of what the next stage was going to be. Definitely. Like I said, I didn't have a time where I thought, I'm not sure what's happening right now. I was always aware of whether I'm required to provide any more information or do any more video interviews, or whether I was waiting to hear back from the company. And Phil was really great at keeping in touch and making sure I was sort of aware of the process and how long it would take. So in that sense, it was really good. Durham Lane, the training sessions were really good, and they were a really big eye-opener for me coming into this straight from uni. So with Luke going through how to approach initial calls, how to target emails, and what to say really to engage clients when you first speak to them. So learning about how to create that relationship and that consultative sale was really useful for me. Other than a little bit cold in Newcastle, it was really helpful, and it was a really good experience to sit with the guys that are making the calls every day, listening to what they're doing and how they're sort of tackling some of the issues that you do find when you're making calls, and learning from those, which was a really good and helpful experience. My first sort of opportunities came while I was at Durham Lane through the initial emails that I'd made, and while being there it was really helpful to have that support to show me what to do next, if you like, after that initial email was sent out. It wasn't just do the training here and then go back and put it into practice, it was putting it into practice while you were learning, which was really helpful. I would definitely recommend Durham Lane to recent graduates and that whole process. Like I said, working with other agencies, you see that some recruiters aren't as on the ball, they're not as great at keeping up contact with you and letting you know what's happening, but with Durham Lane, with Phil in particular, that wasn't the case. It was a very swift process, everything was done when it was said that it was going to be done, and as a graduate coming out of university, that's what you're looking for when you're applying for jobs. A very straightforward recruitment process, and if you do your part of the video interviews and get them done on time, then everything went very quickly for me.